Does the Course in Miracles come ready-made, or is it in kit form, i.e., has it to be worked at each day?
I think you one sentence heard totally puts you out of here. If you, but we, at least for me, I find the whole thing useful. I don't. In other words, do you have to read the course to get it? Is that, am I?
Um, or do you have to? Is it like an everyday? Can you be a course dabbler?
Yeah, most people are. I certainly was for 10 years before I picked it up earnestly, and
Me
and
too.
and I've I was inspired by a sentence here, a paragraph there, and I pick it up out of, every 3 weeks or something and read a sentence and was inspired. I recognized the voice in it. I knew it was mine, but I was just busy doing life and had a business and everything, and I was inspired. It just put me into an experience, and that experience is everything. But so the answer is I don't think there's a right or wrong way. Dabble and do it earnestly. Read 10
Right.
lessons in one day, read a half a lesson. Try, if I mean, for me, that's, I would read 10 lessons in a day at one point. I couldn't get enough of it.
I I think dabbling leads to immersion. That was my case. That and when you're ready to for that big deep dive in, you know it, and there's just this inner call. Now's the time. I was a great
Right.
course quoter. I could strike the spiritual pose and go, I need do nothing, Russell.
Yeah, but
And the best is when someone has that yeah but and you just hold up your finger and then you say it slower. The same thing. You need do nothing.
yeah, then I get to forgive you.
You get to forgive me. Um, but you know, and those are helpful. Those quotes. They can
Yep,
be very inspiring. Um,
yep.
but I do think that they're leading you somewhere. They're planting seeds, and when the time is ready, you're right. You're ready to dive in.
There's an idea that this has all already happened. It's already over, and you're remembering what you did with the course. There's that's an interesting idea. You can't get it wrong. You did what you did. You're talking to a guy, me. You're talking to basically a petulant teenager. You know, I, you know, I was a terrible student. I went to 5 high schools, didn't finish. Took a couple semesters of a
You
community.
and I have so much in common, by the way.
I love that about us. And and that's the way I dealt with the course. And it's interesting. So if there's a way to do it wrong, I'm pretty sure I did it wrong. Um, but we get to forgive ourselves. We get to
Um,
forgive ourselves.
I'm amazed at how much. Well, I'm amazed at a lot of things about the course. I'm amazed at how much I still have to forgive. I'm amazed at how much I have forgiven, and I'm amazed at the depth that um, uh, forgiveness shows me. How much more there is to forgive. That literally, like uh, the other day, I was forgiving, um, just doing my morning walk, and for some reason, just the thought of forgiving the appearance of the world right now, just forgiving it, whatever is appearing. And there might have been a time in my life when I would think, "S- what is what is there to forgive? What has the world ever done that needs? It's a beautiful morning. Uh, Sunrise was coming up. There was birds singing. What needed to be forgiven? Um, but it just was an overwhelming thought of I forgive it all. I forgive it all.
Yep.
I see I just that strong desire to see through and appreciate uh, the light of reality beneath it all.
Right. Just let it go. Let it rest in peace. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Let it. And then in doing that, we don't realize it until we do that. We've been sort of holding it in place. And when we do that, when we finally let it go, it starts to lean in to bless you. There's more light in people's eyes, the smiles, the birds. You notice things you might have not have noticed before. There's a line in the course somewhere where it says, basically, as long as there's a world, forgiveness has a function. So
Right.
there's never an end to this purpose, to this, and it's a joyful purpose. It's a constant letting go, and resting in peace, resting in stillness, vibrant peace, ecstatic. I mean, anyway, yeah,
For me, forgiveness has become a very Zen experience, uh, and I use that in the strictest term of what Zen means. Uh, Zen actually means meditation. Um, Forgiveness allows me to have a
that's
24/7 meditation that um, I've mentioned this with lots of guests. When I'm forgiving, I am as in that moment of forgiveness, I'm as awakened and enlightened as I'm ever going to be in this world.
yeah,
And as you said, there's always something to forgive, which means I'm always
release,
practicing. Yeah, I'm always
right,
practicing awakening.
right,
I'm always practicing
yeah,
enlightenment.
yeah. I love that.
It's
It's
really
Isn't it great?
it is. It's a really beautiful way to navigate the world, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's miraculous. It really is.
Um, and you know what? Why do I get the feeling that had I not discovered the course, there would be something deep within me that was lonely, that was missing that uh, that ability
Right.
to have you know the weird thing is we talk about there is no world, but the realization that there is no world, the realization that I'm forgiving everything, has placed me in a deep place of love and
Yes.
compassion.
Yeah.
People think of it, well, that's a very nihilistic, the opposite. I'm a
Right.
full participant.
Right. More so. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? How beautiful.
It is, and that's
It really is beautiful. And it's always a beginning, isn't it? I mean, it's always now. I like the idea when we say there's no world, there's a sense of it being over in every moment. It's over now, over now. It's over, 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 done, 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 done. But I could say words that someone will resonate with and someone else won't. And that's one thing since we've talked, I've tuned in a couple times as best I can to your interviews and what have you. You do a great job, by the way. I think
thank
it's a really nice gift to the world. The And I notice, not just with what you're doing, but in the world, people have their own revelation, and they tend to think, which is, it has to be a reflection of me, that other people should have the same revelation at the same time. It's almost like whatever is in the DNA that wants to start a religion or something. And um, and it's not like that. All our revelations are really personal, and it's a miracle when we actually communicate like this. Actually, um, yeah, yeah. And so it's really your business. Your assignment is your assignment, and my assignment's my assignment, and not to be compared to someone else's assignment and what
right.
they're doing or not doing.